cultural practices and embodied sensations. The intermeshing of physically touching and emotionally feeling is evoked in Eve Klosowski, Sedgwick's touching feeling, affect, pedagogy, performativity. Sedgwick argues that a particular intimacy seems to subsist between textures and emotions, a nexus, a connection that is conveyed by the dual meanings of the terms touching and feeling. So I address the ways feeling and seeing are associated with screen technologies and assist in producing viewers' positions. I engage these visceral and mediated concepts, including the interconnected connection of tactility and emotions through the literature on touching, feminism, media, and digital devices, and online engagements. While I consider the contemporary literature on that effect, my research emphasizes the critical analysis of touch and embodiment because these texts are more likely to focus on the mediated and representational aspects of embodied contact. My concerns about cultural conceptions of digital screens include the ways technologies are related to and made distinct from popular beliefs about and academic studies of gender, race, and sexuality. People continue to associate touching, especially being touched, with disempowerment, closeness, intimacy, women, and femininity. Now, ordinarily relate culturally sanctioned, looking to control, distance men and masculinity. The sociologist Mark McCormack describes how men limit their physical touch to activities that are identified as more aggressive, including contact sports and fighting, because of their fears of being described as girlish and gay, and thus deemed inappropriately masculine. These correlations of ideal devices and positions with distance are renegotiated with touchscreen media. Men, as I suggest later in this book, tend to claim ownership of an association with expensive and seemingly more expert touchscreen-based technologies. These connections also protect men from some of the features of touchscreen that are still identified as too feminine and intimate. The journalist's concerns about the loss of touch during the coronavirus pandemic, which I consider in the afterword, are correlated with a purported lack of intimacy and the inaccessibility of women's bodies. This is meant to maintain men's position as the empowered touchers, or at least not bodies that are touched by other men. These articulated positions, which are built into the designs of devices and reporting, can be understood as a form of gender script. Feminist internet and science and technology studies, including literature on gender scripts, inform this book. This includes studies of the sorts of worldviews and feelings that shape online engagements and technologies. I also continue my analysis from other research on the ways identities and sites are rendered. While the gender scripts literature tends to focus on how companies and designers articulate the users of devices. I advance these studies by addressing how individuals assist in the production of digital identities and norms.